After playing with this for a little bit, one can only conclude that Gamdias is walking in the right direction. Good afternoon, welcome to Turbo Tortoise Tech. If you're new here, I'm recently 4-piece variety of Wooks Triple XL. This is a very interesting keyboard. I'm having a little bit of a problem trying to place it, honestly, this E7. It's a lot better than they had previously. I'll say that. Overall, the ideas that have gone into this with regards to modularity are much better. They've got quite a decent switch in here as well, not the cheapest and nastiest that I've ever seen. It's very, very light. It's a red, just straightforward linear, which is I think what we all prefer. If you like blues, you probably are very annoying yourself. I'm just saying, I didn't make the rules, I just see them. But this keyboard, it's the idea is to be software free. It's got a Mac mode as well. It is pretty flexible, but let's start off with what's in the box. So inside the box is the key puller that obviously I'm busy faffing with. And then there's a 1.5 meter Type-C cable. It does have a bit of shielding on. If you needed to replace it, I wouldn't worry about getting something with shielding. And then of course the keyboard itself. It's got a 75% layout. They've done the right hand side a little bit differently, so it comes off a little bit more TKL type of setup. Still got a full set of function keys up top, which a lot of people will like. And then in the top right, you've got 3 indicator lights for the Mac mode, caps lock and scroll lock over there, and they light up blue and look pretty cool. And then it's got a nice, very, very nice volume dial. Feels absolutely fantastic. It got per sort of rollover tick, it adjusts 2 at a time, and then it's got a nice tactile feedback button for a mute function as well. There's a bunch of function keys up top. From some of them are obviously very welcome, like the function keys, and then there's volume keys, which I don't know what they're for. If you've got a volume dial, why put function keys up top? I don't know, on F5, F6, F7. But then on F8, you've got a keyboard lock, so you can actually disable the whole keyboard, which is kind of nice. I think that's going to be useful on the fly. Like if your cat suddenly runs onto your keyboard, you could just disable it and then it won't look like face roll. You've got like the standards for the lighting mode and then the lighting color, because this doesn't have any software. Everything is supposed to be controlled from the deck itself. And then on the arrow keys, you've got your brightness function and your speed function. The backlighting I would not call exceptionally bright. I think that the way that it's represented on the media is a little bit over the top. It's not as bright as I would like. In all honesty, these aren't shine through keycaps, so it is hard for a bottom facing LED to get the light through in the first place, and now even more so. It's just made kind of difficult by the way that they've done the keycaps. The keycaps though, the quality is pretty damn good. They aren't exactly scratch resistant. I see here on the bottom end where I use like a funny part of my finger, I have scratched it up there a little bit on the keycaps, so I wouldn't call them the best travel under the sun, but the switches are pretty damn good. They're extremely light. I would say it's probably a 40 CN activation force. They are a little bit on the lower end. I've still got Cherry Mix Red and KL Reds as well, so I do prefer linear. And so in their feel, they are pretty good, and the lubrication on them is very good. We have very good thock over here. They've gone for this gasket multi-layered type of setup, which is the right direction, except at the top here, it just seems to be lacking a little bit of support. It's very easy to bend it into the frame, especially at the top of the keyboard. WASD, or the QWERTY set at the bottom, is a lot more stable, especially right at the bottom over here. It basically doesn't flex. The actual frame starts flexing. It is just a plastic frame, and it is just plastic gaskets. So it's going to have a bit of a give in it. So as long as you don't punch it, it probably will be fine for a considerable amount of time. Around the back, it's also got pretty good kickstands. There's multi-layered position. So if you want it to be, you know, at a medium sort of height or completely flat or slightly in between, you're going to be able to do that I would say quite nicely. It's got rubberizing in each corner, so it's not going to slip around. It's got all the good defaults that I generally want to see. I also like that they've put the Type-C off to the right-hand side. Sometimes people prefer it on the left, but they've gone with that sort of orientation. There is another little cut out there on the plastic which hasn't been punched through, which makes me think that there was a consideration on this frame maybe before tooling. There must have been something like that, right? Overall, it looks fantastic. I still really like the way it looks. I'm not the biggest fan of this font. I don't know how I feel about it, but that's obviously going to be up to your preference. The keycaps and stuff, as I said, are still pretty good quality, and stabilizing is pretty good. It doesn't have a too much ping. It's just the shift key that does give a bit of ping, and then the spacebar. It's still got pretty decent thock, and the performance is great because it's at 1000 Hertz polling rate. So it's still got all of the high-end keyboard functions, but then it's got that fully modular design. You can change stuff if you need to on the fly. The switches aren't held in the best I've ever experienced either. It's kind of, this is a kind of a sum of good averages. It's an 8 out of 10 type of device. The big kind of elephant in the room is that Mecha 80W from Marvo. That thing is incredible for the price. That's like 11 out of 10 at the amount of money. This comes through almost the same price, and it doesn't have wireless, doesn't have built-in battery, doesn't have triple Bluetooth mode. Yeah, you can see kind of like the Marvo value is extremely good. If you like the way this looks, however, you're still going to be in for a good time. The typing feel on this is still really, really good. It's honestly better than like some of my very expensive keyboards, to be very honest with you. The way that these switches feel, especially in the center area, absolutely fantastic. They've got just the right amount of sort of sponginess and bounce back and stuff for a linear switch. It does feel really good. It's still a really, really good bang for buck keyboard. I just think that there are other examples in the market that come through at a better overall value that maybe are going to make this thing's life a little bit difficult. But if you wanted a black and blue setup that then matches your setup, if you want something that's specific like that, I can't say it's going to be a bad purchase either. Anywho, that's all I've got for you on the Hermes E7. If you have enjoyed this, please do yourself with a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the flip side.